Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geelong Zone. We have Kiri here with us from the Red Dawn TV. Huge game this week, massive game. Geelong versus Adelaide. Thursday night football at Cardinia Park, 7 o'clock Adelaide time. Kiri, it is a big game for us because if we lose, we're in all sorts. But if we win, we keep our momentum towards the top 8.
Yeah, that's right, Lucas. And thanks for having me on once again. Pleasure as always to be on the show. Yes, it is a massive game in the context of our season as well. Obviously, coming off the unnecessary bye, and this is a big test for not just both clubs, but for Geelong especially, considering this is a Geelong show as well. We are facing definitely a finals-worthy sort of side like the Adelaide Crows. I think this is going to be a cracker of a matchup. Hopefully, we get more than. Hopefully, we get to the 30,000 mark at least for a Thursday night as well. It is going to be wet. It's going to be some thunderstorms, but I want to see plenty of blue and white in the stands for this one. So if you are living in Geelong, living in Melbourne, go to the game. You know, be loud. We want to hear your voices for this one.
I know Thursday night football is not, we don't really like it. There's a perception that, we don't prefer that. Hence probably low crowds on Thursday nights, but there should be no excuse really. Thursday night football's been around for 6-7 years now. So everybody should be used to it. Yeah, more than that. Well, individual Thursday night footballs have been around for decades. So it should be something the fans should get used to. I know they don't like it, but I think that's tough. It is a prime time slot. It is a national TV game. So what more do you want? The last 5 meetings, Kiwi, Geelong have won all 5. We have a very good record against Geelong, whether it's at the MCG. We don't play them that much there. But there's that Cardinia Park, MCG, or Adelaide Oval, Football Park, Amy Stadium, what do you want to call it? We have a good record. The last time we played them in Geelong, controversial game this one, 2024 Adelaide 90. Oh, geez, I got the wrong team in. Jesus whiz. Hang on, while I fix that up. It was a controversial game, Kiri. I think in the last 2 minutes, Ben Keys got pushed in the back.
He got stitched up again, didn't he?
He did, yes, he did. Following the Sydney game, then I think that was 2 weeks after the Sydney game or a week. Yeah, he got stitched up with a controversial non-free kick that was probably clearly hands in the back by Tom, or pushing the back by Tom Stewart. Not paid, but you get that, don't you? So we have owned this fixture. We traditionally own the Crows in this fixture, Kiri.
Yeah, especially on prime time as well. Like we were at the Gather Round game last year. That was on a Thursday night as well. And mind you, this was our last encounter against the Adelaide Crows as well. I can't believe we only faced them once last year. We always tend to play them twice. Usually at the Adelaide Oval first, and then we go to Geelong for the latter as well. Yeah, I am quite surprised we're coming to Geelong first for this one, but it's we have usually beaten them on the previous occasions, and the last time Adelaide have beaten Geelong at Cardinia Park was in 2003 with Mark Bickley as the captain. I heard on the SEN show this morning that he was best on ground, apparently. He had about 24 touches, 7 clearances. So, or he likes boasting himself, Bix, as he always does. But yeah, it's been a long time between drinks for the Adelaide Crows as well. And they are certainly going to be up for it too. And yeah, let's just keep the drought going for them. Let's get the job done tomorrow.
We're talking about the teams. The last time Crows did beat Geelong and Geelong. Ronnie Burns was actually playing for the Adelaide Crows. You had Rhett Biglands in ruck, you had the Doc Clark in ruck. It was a completely alien team to what we are used to now. They've all moved on to media gigs, coaching. Doc Clark's a successful Premiership coach. So they've all moved on in their career. So that's how long ago it was, absolute decades ago. I think Ben Graham was our captain back then as well. Well, Benny Graham.
Yes.
We move to the changes is what we want. Big out here for Dawson. coach came out and said, Matthew Nicks came out and said, because it's a 6-day break, another whinging fucking coach about days off and whatnot. Goodness me.
He's getting none of it, yeah.
Yeah, so he said that if it wasn't a 6-day break, Dawson would have played. The Texan, he said the same thing. If it wasn't a 6-day break, he'd play. I'm surprised with the Texan because he did play good football last week. He kicked 3 goals. And Archie is out for 6 to 7 weeks with a hamstring strain. Woodland is out for 2 to 3 weeks with a calf, I believe. The ins for the Adelaide Crows, Hugh Bond is a rebounding defender. Zach Taylor is an inside mid, probably a like for Dawson. Luke Nankervis, another floating fullback. But the debut of Finbar Marley is going to be exciting for the Crows. Big news with the Geelong outs, Kiri. Big news. Brad Close dropped. I didn't think he had the bottle to do that, but he has been dropped. Hella you throw a damn parade before game. He's been dropped. Dangerfield. I made a video on him. I think his days are numbered, in my opinion. Sadly, another calf injury. Ins. Oh, we love these ins, don't we? We love these ins. Ollie Wiltshire. He is in. You wanted this. And Ollie Henry, I wanted this. So we both got we want here. So Kiri, explain Ollie Wiltshire. Ollie Wiltshire, please.
Yeah, it's Ollie Wiltshire. People mix it up with Wiltshire. I don't even know the correct pronunciation, but I've heard people go Wiltshire. But hello, Jezza, how are you, my friend? Very, very rapt with this selection as well. He was outstanding in the VFL last week. He's been someone who I've been calling for to get his name in as well. He's a medium to small size forward, can do the Brad Close sort of role, but he racks up the ball and he can kick goals as well, which is something that Brad Close has been lacking the last few weeks. If you just bear, I'll just get the VFL stats up.
Yep, absolutely.
I've got it right here. So Ollie Wiltshire, 19 disposals and 4 goals won. Like, when was the last time you're ever gonna? You don't even get that from Brad Close, even half of that at the moment as well. And I'm very, very excited to see how he goes with the full game as well, because he's only played the 2 games last year. His debut against Carlton got subbed out eventually. I don't know why. Well, we got smashed in the contest with Carlton. It was all game over. But the game against Collingwood, he kicked a goal. And he had about like 4 inside 50s. He came on as the sub, so I like to see how he goes for a full game as well. And I think he'll do really good in this one. Ollie Henry, he was our leading goal kicker for us as well with 5 goals. 5 goals 2, I believe. Yeah, he kicked 5 goals 2. Jay Polkinghorn, he could have had a big day out between the sticks, but that's another day. But like what Chris said in the chat, he has a huge chance to revive his career. And you know what? We need to see this at AFL level from Ollie Henry. Like, it wasn't that long ago in his first season for us, he kicked 40+ goals. He was just a dangerous forward. The year after, he nearly won us that prelim final off of his own goddamn boot. We need to see that from Ollie Henry again, because when I went to opening round against Gold Coast a couple of weeks ago, just disinterested like whatsoever. Just one contest he decided to pull out of. We need to see that. It is now or never for Ollie Henry. 100% Jesselenko. Like, if you could do it in the VFL, like, let's see it at AFL level. We know he's a good forward. He's got the tools to do it, but it's just the consistency. It's the work ethic for me. But overall, very happy with the selections. I thought Chris Scott, he's finally grown some balls for this one, and he's picking players that are in form and not with reputation as well. Not he is dumping the Australian men's cricket team mentality as well. So, but very happy with these selections, Lucas.
Just on poking on, did the inaccuracy cost him selection? If he does what Ollie Henry did, he kicks 5-1, would he get in the team?
Well, firstly, he's hurt. He's hurt at the moment.
Oh, he's hurt. Okay.
You know, but you all know that he's gonna. Ollie Henry will be a straight walk-in regardless. Anyway, as well, and And maybe with Jay Polkinghorne, he's probably going to get a debut, maybe in the middle of the season, maybe against the game against West Coast or Richmond, whoever's our last opponent in the home and away season as well. But yeah, Polk's on the injury list at the moment. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but you all just know that Ollie Henry is going to be the straight walk-in. Another player who I would have liked to see is probably George Stevens for some extra grunt in the midfield, a big body midfielder. Surely you take advantage, given how depleted the Adelaide Crows are at the moment. You got no Dangerfield. Warple hasn't come back into the side. I'm surprised that George Stevens is not even in an emergency at the moment either. But you got Jack Bowes and you got Mitch Nevitt as an emergency as well. I won't be surprised if we have a player like Mark Blitzarves, for example. I reckon he might be a laid out tomorrow. You could get a Jack Bowes in as for your versatility and all of that. But yeah, I thought George Stevens was a bit stiff in this one as well.
No Stanley as well. No Stanley. I thought if the time would have been to bring him back, probably this would have been the game. But no, he has to grind it out in the VFL. We're going to go to the teams now. We're not going to talk too much about the defence because this is the same old, Kerry. These are walk-up starters when they fit. So Connor O'Sullivan, Sam De Koning, Jack Henry, Zach Guthrie, Tom Stewart, Humphrey B. Bear, all in. Not much to talk about. However, the wings and centres, I saw something. Well, I didn't see something, and I thought maybe, just maybe, we might get our wish. I'll tell you in a sec. So the wing/centre, Blitzards, Smith and O'Connor. The rucks, on ball, Edwards, Atkins and Holmes. I saw no Dempsey in the wings in the centre. And I thought, oh, my God, hallelujah, it's coming. And he's not in the fucking on ball. He's not on ball either. Where have they put him? They've put him up fucking forward. Can you believe that? We know he's got that. This was your chance to put him in the midfield, and you put him up fucking forward. But anyway, yeah, we'll go over the wings and centres. So the wings, yeah, Blitzard on the left, Connor on the right, or whatever. Bailey Smith in the centre and the on-ball. Same old on the on-ball. Atkins and Holmes. I don't like it. I really don't like
it. Stock standard. You knew this was going to come as well, Lucas.
He got lucky with Fremantle. Now he's got kind of lucky with Crows because there's no Dawson. So this is probably a free ride here. Who takes Phil Thorpe? Who takes Phil Thorpe? Well, we'll go back to the defence. Kiwi can answer this one. Oops.
I reckon Jack Henry, because I think he's our best intercept defender at the moment, and he could take on the big key forwards as well. I don't remember if he was on Phil Thorpe in our last matchup in the gather round, but I trust him more than Connor O'Sullivan, to be honest. No disrespect to Sully, he's going to be a great player down the track, but when you got Taylor Walker out of the team, you know Phil Thorpe's going to be the main show up in the forward line for the Crows. So I like Jack Henry to go on with this one. He was on Josh Tracy last time as well, so I expect him to do the same thing. For him to take on Adelaide's number one guy up front.
Yeah, that's an interesting point because there is no Tex Walker. So there's only two down there. There's only really two talks. And Adelaide, they haven't brought in a forward. They've picked two defenders. And Hugh Bond and Nankervis, they're defensive players. Though Nankervis can go in the midfield at times, but they're naturally defensive players. So they haven't brought in another key forward. If they've got another key forward, I don't know what they're...
And Phil Thorpe could go on ball as well. He's been in the midfield at times too. So who knows? Yeah.
I'd probably put Sam De Koning on him. I'd put Tom Stewart on Darcy Fogarty, and I'd let the rest sort it out. In my opinion,
I can see on the lineup you got Sully on Fogarty, De Koning on Phil Thorpe, Jack Henry on Zach Taylor, and at the half forward lines, Zach Guthrie on Ben Keys, Tom Stewart on Alex Neil-Bullen, and Lawson Humphreys on Isaac Rankin. Jewel, that'll be an interesting matchup right there as well.
I don't know too much. Yeah, I don't know too much about. Yeah, I don't know too much. I should be in South Australian, but I don't follow the Crows religiously or Port Magpies. So I don't know too much about their SANFL teams. So possibly maybe. If he does go forward, probably Jack Henry for me. But yeah, back to the centre here. We said same old. No Dawson, so they get a pass. Smith back on the wings. Third game in a row, O'Connor starting on the wing. So they seem to like O'Connor, but then literally he free roams. So they've probably seen something. Blitzard on the wing. This is a real test for Blitzard on the wing because we've seen the last 2 rounds that may be slowing down. So this will be a huge test, and especially if he's going to be the second man rucking
for this one as well.
Yeah, if he's going to get up, yeah. So that's very interesting for me. Any surprises there?
Yeah, not at all, Lucas. I think this is just all the stock standard as well. We all knew you're going to get Atkins and Holmes in the guts as well. These are the two that will get the job done inside the engine room. And just quickly as well, I just had a look too on the team list. It's Mark O'Connor's 150th game as well.
Yes.
So we do have a milestone for this one.
Yeah.
So well done, Mark O'Connor. 150 games. The Irish boy. So well.
That's not quick, has it? Well, he's flying through those games.
And I thought he played more, to be honest, as well, because he's been on our list for quite some time as well. So, yeah, I thought he played more. I thought he'd get up to his 200th, but yeah, he is playing his 150th tomorrow.
We're literally a bit shaky with milestones, but hopefully that's not an omen. Forwards. Oh man, Ollie Dempsey, I can't believe that. And when there's nothing wrong with Ollie Dempsey forward, I'll put this out there. There's nothing wrong with that. He's more than capable. We've seen that. Yeah. But there's an opportunity to put him in the midfield. We haven't done it.
He has to be on the wing, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Manor, Grant Myers, the 4 forwards or centre half forwards, whatever you want to call them. Cameron, Neil, Jack Martin retains his place. I find that surprising because he's another one for me that's done really nothing in the 2 games.
Oh,
yes, he had
he kicked the winning goal. He kicked the winning goal last week, Mr. Jackie Chan. That's what I like to call him. And look, yes, and you could. I'd like to see maybe a player like Ollie Wiltshire on the half forward flank, even up forward pocket as well. And Jack Martin's a versatile player. I think he's going to play that Jack Bowes sort of role as well. You can throw him into the midfield. You can throw him down back. When he started playing VFL for us, he was playing at half back. So expect him to roam around the ground as well in Jack Martin. So yeah.
Yeah, there's really, apart from Dempsey, remains to be seen if Blitzard doesn't get back and they put Dempsey there. No real surprises there for me except for Martin. I would have thought that he would have probably got omitted or dropped, but they've kept him for another week. The bench, I can't believe Bruno's on the bench again. I can't believe that. Ocean, I think this is make or break for Ocean Mullen. I think now we know the Crows are probably going to ride with Rankin in that midfield for some parts. I think this is time for Mullins to go back to that tagging position. And really, if Rankin does go there, tag him. As soon as Rankin goes forward, Mullins go back to the bench. So that's a real opportunity for him. Ollie Henry's back. He always starts on the bench. Wiltshire, we know, and Jai Clark always starts on the bench. So, again, not real surprises here, but I would like to see Bruno start, in my opinion. I'd like to see him start either half-back.
Even off a half-back as well. Yeah. And he's been absolutely exceptional at it too. But I like to see him more in the guts as well. More centre bounces for Tanner Bruin. He just hasn't lost a step ever since he's played as well. You know, when things aren't going right in the midfield, if we're losing the clearance count, throw him in there, see what he does. Throw Dempsey in there as well. But Tanner Bruin, definitely the number one for me if we are struggling in the midfield.
Right. What I did notice in the defenders, which is pretty good, no Max Holmes, which is absolutely fantastic. That's what we want to. That's what you don't want to see, and I kind of agree with that. So Max Holmes is back in his normal position. Coaches' keys to the game. For me, the long balls to Crow's strength. Their Crow's strength is their defence. We saw the Bulldogs, especially in that fourth quarter, third quarter, they were a bit frantic with their long balls. Just kicking the ball long. They have got good defenders, Crows. I think we have to give respect there. They do have good defenders. And anything that was kicked long, they handled it very well. Especially Jordan Butts, who just put a clinic on Sam Darcy, completely got on his head. Defence has to switch on. The Crows' forward line is potent as well. Like I said, with Phil Thorpe, albeit, Fogarty for one quarter, but he can turn it on for a quarter. He can do damage. But especially with Phil Thorpe. 3, Mullins, I just mentioned this, back to tag and Rankin in the centre. If Rankin goes in the centre, I want Mullins right next to him. If Rankin goes up forward, see you later, Mullins back to the bench. I want to see that. I want to see him nailed. That's how, I think, Kerry, that's our only threat from the Crows in the midfield. If you say what's one person that can hurt Geelong in the midfield, it's that man right there, Isaac Rankin. Tag him out of it. Completely get him out of that midfield. So this is why I think it's a make or break for Mullins here. Anything here that you want to add on to?
No, you're completely spot on with this one, and I definitely can add more to the Rankin as well. And yeah, you're quite spot on. We know that the Crows, which I'll add to as well, to my segment as well, they do thrive with the marking as well, especially if we're going with a long ball and if we long bob it inside 50. If we do that, we're going to be asking for trouble, and it's going to be a long night as well. So, it is a make or break for O'Sheen, Mullen as well. I like to see him in that tagging role on Rankin or Saligo, whoever's going to be that number one guy. Josh Rochelle as well. He could be a wild card in the midfield too. I don't know if he's been playing a lot more midfield minutes this season, but certainly last year he was in the guts quite a bit. But you're definitely spot on with all these 3 points as well, Lucas.
Yeah, that's a good point with Saligo and Rochelle, but I feel Rankin would probably do more damage than Rochelle than a Saligo.
Absolutely.
Saligo's an inside ball. He plays bigger than what his size suggests. And Rochelle, he's a dynamic, like a Nick Watson type. Maybe he can get out of the radar. I don't think he's that Nick Watson type yet. Nick Watson plays heavy minutes in the midfield now compared to Rochelle, who plays bits and pieces. So I don't think Rochelle is at that stage of his career yet. Mind you, with Dawson out, maybe he'll get more tomorrow night. Your keys to the game, Kerry. This is your segment here. Take us off.
Yep. So number one is to stifle Adelaide's uncontested marking game. Now, we know they rely on a patient, possession-based game style to make control of the footy. They are more than happy to chip the ball around, amassing a high number of uncontested marks until they see an opening to burst forward with speed. If I get the stats from what they had last week, 119 to 61 marks to the Bulldogs, 8 contested marks as well. So they love that uncontested marking sort of game. And our structure, we have to apply relentless pressure to cut off those short kicking lanes. And if the Cats can force the Crows into chaotic, high-pressure contested situations, they will strip Adelaide of their preferred tempo and dictate the flow of the game. Number 2 is to dominate the midfield battle, particularly what's going to be a depleted midfield. Now, we all know coming in, it's going to be crucial, the battle of the middle, and we are well positioned to take full advantage of Adelaide's injury rows. Rory Laird, Jordan Dawson, they're not going to play. So we need our prime movers like Bailey Smith, like Max Holmes, Tom Atkins, all these guys. And they boast an excellent track record against the Crows as well, especially Bailey Smith and Max Holmes. They were outstanding in the in the Crows game in the gather round last week. While they did win the contested ball for the Crows, they got exposed on the outside. And, this is something we could absolutely expose again. Take control of the centre clearances, and by winning the contested ball and driving it forward, we can establish a commanding territory to take advantage and trap the ball in their own forward half, which we did in the gather round last week. And number 3, feed Jeremy Cameron the ball, especially inside 50. He absolutely loves playing the Crows. He feasts on them. And, he's kicked, this is a stat, he's kicked 10 goals in his last 2 games against the Crows and 15 in his last 4. I reckon he's going to have a big night tomorrow night. And if our midfield can provide quality, fast entries inside 50 to isolate Cameron and other threats like Shannon Neal and a returning Ollie Henry as well, I reckon Geelong's firepower should be more than enough to overwhelm the Adelaide defence.
Yeah, you mentioned the uncontested marking game. This is probably not also a preview for Adelaide, but this is probably a preview for the Hawthorn as well, because Hawthorn play that uncontested possession game. So it'd be interesting to see if we can neutralise Adelaide's uncontested marking. We'll probably do the same thing with Hawthorn. Having said that, if we can't stop it, probably, we've got a big problem there because Hawthorn play that same way. Mind you, Hawthorn are a little bit way more faster, getting it forward, side to side, whatnot, but they still rely heavily on their uncontested marking, Hawthorn. So that's probably a little killed 2 birds with 1 stone type there. Jeremy Cameron, our most important player inside 50 by a mile. 100% loves the Crows. Right, Kiri, what you don't want to see?
Okay, so what I don't want to see tomorrow night, number one, and you talked about this as well, I'm calling it the Isaac Rankin show. If there is one player in the Adelaide lineup who can single-handedly turn a game on its head, it's certainly this bloke. What you don't want to see is our defence giving him time, space, or easily loose balls to crumb inside 50. I reckon Isaac Rankin, Saligo, Rochelle, they are going to thrive on the chaos and transition. And if we allow their small forwards to get at the back or isolate their opponents one-on-one, Rankin, he has the sheer brilliance to kick a quick bag of goals and suck the energy right out of the GMHBA crowd, in the space of like 5 minutes. He could make this game over. And like you mentioned previously as well, putting the player like O'Shea Mullen, throw a tag on him. Absolutely. Put the magnet on him as well. Shut him down. We know how good he is against the A-grade midfielders. He's done it against Zach Butters. He's done it against, was it Lockie Neal? Was that Mark O'Connor? Yep. I can't remember. But
Neal, yeah. Did against Dacos as well.
Nick Dacos as well. Yeah, and I remember he shut him out against Collingwood in that 4th quarter as well. We got to take him out of the game, and that's throwing O'Shea Mullen there because, I reckon it's going to be the Rankin show, 100%. When you got no Jordan Dawson in the midfield, who's next to take the number 1 spot? It's him. Number 2. Go on.
Yeah, I think Rankin will play 70, 80 minutes in that midfield. I think he'll play a long.
Easily.
That's minimum 70 minutes. So I want Mullins to shut him down. Only problem is Rankin is very quick. He'd be quicker than Mullins. So that's a threat.
Be a big test as well. Big test as well. Can he keep up with the pace?
We know Mullins has got a good tank. He can run all game. We know that. But also, if they to put Rankin up forward, you got to break that tag. Because he will have an absolute field day on Mullins inside 50. So this is where the coaching needs to be smart between. It's a bit like cat and mouse. So if Mullins gets a hold of Rankin, Rankin's going to go back forward, and then that's where Chris Scott has got to say, you know what, we can't do that. Just go back to a neutral defender. So that has to happen. Continue.
Yep. So number 2 is just bombing it blindly inside 50. We know Adelaide's defence. They are well equipped to deal with predictable high entries. And if our midfielders if they're going to find themselves under pressure and resort just to dumping the balls onto the heads of our forwards like Jeremy Cameron and Shannon Neal, you are playing it right into the Crows' hands. We saw it in the opening round against Gold Coast. You just don't want to see our ball movement become stagnant, and that's going to allow Adelaide's intercepting defenders to easily read the play and clunk those uncontested marks and immediately launch counterattacks. I want to see us lower the odds. I want us to see us honor the leads of our forwards as well. None of this high long bomb kicking and hope it for the best, because you are asking for trouble in this one. And number 3 is complacency. while they are out with injuries at the moment, we cannot be complacent for this one. We all know what happened last year when Port Adelaide, they came off of a really terrible loss in the showdown. 2024, Connor Rosie was underdone, came out with a hamstring injury. They got bashed in the media all week, bashed.
Yeah.
And Geelong thinking, oh, we got Port Adelaide. They're an undermanned side. We can go and get the job done. This is an easy 4 points to the banks. Well, guess what? Guess what happened? The Port Adelaide, they were bloody 8 and 10 goals up midway through the second quarter. We cannot afford to do that. We cannot be complacent. I want us to be switched on for this one. The ruck as well, it's going to be intriguing too. I'm glad we got Mitch Edwards back into the side as well to partner up with Mark Blitzarves. I do really hope Blitz stays up for this one as well, because who else have you got? I don't want to see Shannon Neal in there. I certainly don't want to see Sam De Koning in there as well. But
yeah,
we just cannot be complacent, because you got Saligo, we talked about Isaac Rankin, and you've got bloody Rochelle can be in the guts as well. We cannot let them have like legacy games for this one as well. And I want us first 5-10 minutes. Let's have the complete opposite of what we had against Fremantle last week as well. But yeah, complacency is the number one thing for me.
There has been a lot of talk about Crows' slow start against Footscray. They also got smashed. They also had a very slow start like Geelong, and they didn't really recover from that, did they? So what makes the Crows very dangerous is their accuracy, goal kicking accuracy. There might be parts of this game where we're absolutely dominating it. We're only down. Adelaide's only down by 3 goals. It kept them in it for the Footscray game. They were very accurate then, especially their 3 forwards, Fogarty, Walker, Philthorpe. So that has to be taken into consideration, that if we are going to give them set shots, make it as difficult on the boundary from 50. Don't give them 30-metre set shots out in front, because we know they're going to kick them. So that's for just making it more hard.
Make a statement, absolutely. And people go into the game, make some fucking noise. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear like pin drops or anything like that. Be fucking loud. This is our home game, right? Get behind the lads.
I've been to fucking church bingo games which are louder than fucking Geelong fans at times. So just make them down. I don't care if you like Thursday night football. I couldn't give a shit. Couldn't give a damn. I don't like Thursday night football. Well, that's not true. I'd watch football if it was on at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. But it doesn't really matter for me.
And exactly. Having up.
Yeah. Well, when you went to Greece, you were watching. Were you watching some games in Greece?
I watched all of them.
You watched all of them, so you had to get up at 3 in the morning.
My earliest start was 6 a.m.
See, so there you go. So literally, you are watching at 6 a.m. And I saw. We're going off topic here, but the West Coast fans are complaining that they have to get up at 10 a.m. to watch fucking Port Adelaide because that's a 12 o'clock start, and they're complaining about gather round, our game, which starts at 12 o'clock. They have to get up at 10 a.m. So what? Who gives a damn? It's a weekend. What are you talking about?
WA. That's WA. If you don't like it, fucking secede Australia. Sorry, I know you're a WA boy. Sorry. You're the only good person out of WA, and all the WA Cat supporters. And Lawson Humphries.
The Humphrey BB, but it's not like you're playing on a Friday at 10 a.m. You don't play prime time games anyway, near you should. But it's a weekend. If you're complaining about getting up at 10 a.m. on a weekend, come on, seriously, that's no good. Right, we will let Kiwi go. But having said that, we'll actually go. It is a short one this week, so I will go with Kiwi as well. No, we won't. We have an intruder. We have an intruder. They're coming here.
Go.
They're coming here.
Boom, sha-la-la, boom, boom, Geelong, boom, boom.
That's what I'll have to put up with a watch along tomorrow. So good luck to me for that.
There's your preview, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you watch the watch along tomorrow.
Yeah, that she'll be on the watch along. Well, I'll be throwing Coke bottles. I've got a show doing here. Look at this. I'm getting attacked. It's like a pack. The loser sleeps out in the outside.
Paddy. Oh, Paddy.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Paddy. He's gone.
But yes. Yes. Also, live streaming the Shield. The Shield final starts tomorrow. And if you think about losing that final, Ryan Harris, I'll be at the airport waiting. Don't even think about it. Big day for South Australia for their sport. Hopefully the cricket guys win.
36ers as well. It's now or never for the NBL.
It must win. If they don't, they're going to get swept in game 3, so it doesn't matter. So they must win that. So that's probably 2 coaches you can wait at the airport for that. Don't worry. I am doing a show. But anyway, yes, we will wrap this up. She'll be in the watch along. When? Probably, hopefully not ever, but I have a feeling that you'll sneak in. Yeah. So Geelong can do me a big favour and be up by 30 goals by half time.
I don't think so. Not with Lincoln in there.
So that can save me a lot of pain. But anyway, thanks so much for watching on the Geelong Zone. Mrs. Mum there, Kiri and Lucas. Goodbye for now.
Bye, Kerry.
God help me.